Good match. I thought some of the things that we've been working on, we did tonight. Obviously, when you hit 420, you feel good about it. The team's goal was to hold Seton Hall below 200, so they just barely missed that goal. But, you know, I think statistically, if you look at it on paper, it looks really good. But I liked, we've been really kind of locking into some defensive stuff and dig transition, and I thought we did that well today. It's a good win. You know, Seton Hall is a good team. As Ryan pointed out in the locker room, this is a top 100 team. So, you know, to come in and you know, win it pretty decisively in 3 is a good effort.
Questions?
For the other players, I guess, what maybe switched on your side of the net halfway through set 1? It looked like maybe there was a little bit of a slow start, maybe defensively, but serving was obviously pretty good and kind of helped you guys stay in that to make a run there at the end.
Yeah, something that we've been talking about is not even skill related, it's just playing harder. And I think we saw that in the first few points of the game. We weren't playing as hard as we could. So I mean, obviously all of our skills stepped up after that, but it was more just, hey, we got to turn it on. We got to flip that switch right now, and it's going to take, next time maybe it'll be from point 1 instead of point 15, but baby steps.
I guess starting the second half of the season in sole possession in first place is a good place to be.
It's even better at the end of the season to be there. No, you know, obviously Marquette losing to Butler, you know, I think a lot of people had their eyebrows raised that we went 5, and my counter to these people was Butler's good, you know, so the league's better this year, and I think that's good for us, and it makes it more fun. It puts an edge when you walk into the court, because you know if you don't play your best, you're going to lose. And you know, honestly, you know, obviously you pay attention to the standings, but we're really locked into one match at a time. If you start thinking too far ahead, that's when you stub your toe. And so we've got to play a much improved Providence team twice this weekend. And so there's some challenges there that we've really got to make sure that we're prepared for.
It looked like you guys had a lot of success serving those long corners and those short. It wasn't so much intermediate, but you know, those 2 front row, back row. Was that the point of emphasis to attack Seton Hall there? And did you guys feel like it was an area you could have a lot of success today?
Yeah, I think Angie just kind of called different serves and kind of had us move around a lot. I know I served short a little bit to get them out of system. I think it was number 5, Mason. She had to come short and play the balls and couldn't hit then on the backside. So I think that was helpful. And then we just kind of like went corner to corner. That was something we worked on during practice this week. Actually, was hitting the sides of the courts more. So.
Coach said she wanted to see a little bit more defensively. How did you guys feel like you did? It seemed like those last 2 sets maybe you got more improved.
Yeah, I think we a big thing for us was getting more block touches, because that just makes everything easier defense-wise. So I think just kind of like making that extra step, or like getting your hands over even if you're late, just kind of like getting that touch, I think was kind of like my focus, and I think a focus for all the blockers.
Yeah, our goal in the beginning of the match was to get more digs than them, so we won in that category.
Did this feel like, just for anybody who wants to tackle it, feel like as much of a Creighton volleyball match as you guys have played in a while, just from kind of all facets of the game, like you mentioned playing hard? I know, you talk about the Marquette match where you guys didn't do that. You were kind of trying to find it again. Did you feel like today was a good example of what you guys are talking about as far as playing Creighton volleyball goes?
I think it felt more natural out there. I think Coach always says you don't want to be peaking right now, and I think we're close to our peak, but you'd rather hit that in the NCAA tournament. So I think we're taking steps every day, and that's, at this point, that's all that matters. We're just going to control the next match and the next match, and make sure that we're learning from things and just playing harder every time.
Obviously, the coach touched on obviously very good hitting numbers, and no, nothing on you, Lydia, but it's not often that a setter leads the team in attack errors. Can you tell me what was going on offensively out there?
I think that, they were clamping on me, which was good, because then it gave our hitters one-on-one. So, at the end of the day, I will take 10 errors if that means they're staying with me, and then everyone else is one-on-one. That's kind of, as a setter, you can't really be that selfish. So I will take all the errors away from them, because that means that they're hitting awesome, and that's what I want.
Anything to add on the offense, Megan?
I think Lydia won every single joust she had
no
today.
kidding.
So I think we'll take that. 3 errors. We're not bothered by her dumping. Her dumping lets us, be more free and like have one-on-ones more. So
I thought Lydia could have dumped more today. And in fact, That would be one of the things that we'd give her feedback, is that she could get more involved. I think, it can really disrupt teams to have to be consumed, and you run into teams that are really consumed with it. And then, so you do it occasionally, but then it frees up the hitters, like Megan said. And then teams that give it up, she's tall enough and athletic enough, she can throw the ball down. So it's not like if I was dumping, it'd be like a moon ball, and so they could dig it. But, even if they are prepared for it, they usually can't dig it. So, and 308's not a bad number, so. Mhm.
You don't have to see a volleyball match as chippy as this one was, but, there's moments where you have to get a yank Jaylee away from that a few times. Like, is it fun playing in matches where there's a lot of
You did?
emotions, a lot
Just once.
a lot of emotion, and things like that going back and forth? Obviously volleyball's emotional to begin with when you guys get a kill, everybody's fired up, but see a little gamesmanship on each side of the net in that regard too.
Yeah, everyone knows we have a target on our back, and Seton Hall was gunning straight for that target. So they came out with a lot of energy, and it showed in the first set, and they really wanted to take this from us. So they had, lots of energy and lots of mouths running off, but they really wanted it. So hats off to them. And then I just said, hey, we'll make them stop by just crushing them. So, and Jaylee, the only reason I pulled her away is because she is not allowed to talk to the official, or she's going to get a yellow card, and we don't need any of that. So
I don't think it was I think she was discussing stuff, was it?
I think it was,
he
wasn't-
told her
she ran under
She
the
ran under
net,
it.
and then he was like, "Hey, don't do
he
that."
said, don't do that, or
Because
I'll
there's
give you a
not
yellow card.
there's not the pursuit rule
Yeah.
anymore, so I think she was pursuing, so.
Before you guys started, conference play, I asked you if you were worried about a mental letdown, but I think that maybe answered the question. But did you see this fire? Like, was that kind of fire you saw today?
Yeah, and I think they've been working on that. That's been stuff that they've been working on and we've been working on to do. And so you want to see them rewarded when they're focusing on things, and I think we saw that today. Really good effort this weekend. I didn't think we played the first two games against St. John very well, but I thought the last two games against St. John's was good, and then I thought we were, I thought the first game, you kind of get into things, and I do think starting a little bit faster. But I also think Seton Hall, we were talking, passed really well early in the game. They did some things really well, and the idea is that you just want to wear them down. You want to wear them down, and I saw that take place tonight.